scary about those numbers you just said. There were about over 17,200 ICE arrests, or deportations rather, every day in April. And so he said that wasn't enough, and he wants them to increase arrest. And so what he did is he called in every field office director from across ICE's 25 field offices to D.C. He went over to ICE and he said, look, if you all don't start making this 3,000 per day arrest figure, I am going to start firing the bottom 10% performing leaders of each of those field offices. We also understand they were screaming and yelling, and that he indicated that he wanted ICE to start casting the net wider, not to worry about focusing on serious criminals anymore, but just to go after every undocumented immigrant they could find. I will say, Clay, part of the challenge here is that there are a lot of undocumented immigrants who have pending asylum cases. So even if ICE moves to arrest someone who might not have legal status, they're not removable until they play out the system and have due process. So arrests don't always equal deportations, and there could be, a real moment of the rubber hitting the road here when the arrests don't give them the results that they want.
Julia, in part in light of some of that ambiguity, some specific arrests have made some headlines. In San Diego, I know protesters faced off with ICE agents after a raid at a popular restaurant. What happened there?
Yeah, that's right. This isn't one of a number of protests we've seen across the country. That was a raid in San Diego. That you can see the footage here. People are starting to clash at this point because they didn't want these employees to have been arrested. We've also seen protests similar to this in Chicago. There's also a case going on in Massachusetts right now where an 18-year-old was arrested when ICE was actually meaning to go arrest his father, but the 18-year-old also lacked status, and he's a student as part at the public school system there in Massachusetts. And so the superintendent has come out saying that they're distraught, and DHS says that they continue to hold him. So lots of backlash across the country as deportations and arrests ramp up.
Julia Ainsley, thanks so much.